it. We are in the last lesson of this course. Lesson 14 is an overview, the final overview of the course before you can do the final test. But this is basically the last lesson in which we are going to do something new. And this lesson is basically a summary lesson in which I will introduce a new project, which I call Gorillas in the Mist. And the reason for Gorillas in the Mist is because I visited the gorillas in 1992 in Rwanda. It was one of the most exciting experiences in my life, being next to those gentle giants. You could see the warmth of those animals, their human-like ways of doing things, and it was like we were welcomed by them in their group. There is also the famous movie with Sigourney Weaver in the head role, and it's called also Gorillas in the Mist. That's why I called it Gorillas in the Mist. So what we are going to do in this project or in this lesson, first of all, I'm giving you the content. Then I will have an overview of the learning outcomes. And then we are going to look at project Gorillas in the Mist, the final project of this course. I'm going to describe what the project is about. What are we going to do? What are the things? What are the activities? What is the precedence information? What is the cost information? We are looking at creating all the different parameters. So basically in this exercise, once we introduce the project, you can do all the calculations, all the parameters that we did in the previous lessons. And of course, you can review the results with the videos that I will show you. So the next thing is, in fact, looking at the precedence, the duration, and the cost of the project. We look at the precedence diagram, and here I will only create a precedence diagram using the PDM method. I'm not going to look at the activity on the arrow method, not the ADM method or the PERT method, just the precedence diagramming method. After this, I'm going to do the forward pass, the backward pass. I'm going to calculate the slack and identify the critical path or the critical paths if there are more than one critical path. Remember, there is always at least one critical path, and in some cases, all the paths may be critical. We look at the Gantt chart in the early start and in the late start. Then we are going to look at the planned start of all the activities, and we are going to determine the critical path position of this project. So we're going to find the schedule and the cost baseline of the project. We also obtain earned value and actual cost information about the project, and we're looking at the calculation, let's say up to period 7, and we're going to determine the graph of the planned value, the earned value, and the actual cost from the start till period 7. We didn't finish the project yet, but we will see what's the intermediate status. Then we look at the schedule and the cost variance over time. We look at the SPI, the CPI, and the CSI for a specific period and over time. So we have different calculations here. We also determine the estimates at completion at the different periods of the project. So we have an idea how this evolves over time. And we look at the PERT and the 3-point estimates over time. And also we look at the 80% estimate of the estimate at completion. And that's basically the last thing that we're going to do in this lesson. And then we just have the review of lesson 13. And once you finish lesson 13, you did everything. You basically finished the course. You did a great job if you are here at the end, and you still have to finish this lesson, but I'm sure you will complete it. The next thing is just an overview. In lesson 14, I'm giving you the final review of the course, and then you are ready to take the final quiz and get your certificate that you completed this course with success. The next video, we're talking about the learning outcomes, and then we're going to look at the different steps of the exercise. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in our next videos. Bye-bye.